yeah, relatively slow start. I think this is the first time we've ever seen that for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why I'm so surprised, because usually as the day progresses, the games, they get more hectic, they get more violent, and it's just all out craziness from the drop as the day progresses. I mean, yesterday, game 5, the craziest game yet here, I gotta say. Carrillo at the end there, getting like 4 kills at the end to win the day, to win the chicken dinner, get the MVP. I mean, talk about the MVP role alone. That's $10,000, you know.
That's a whole lot of cheddar. And speaking of cheddar, look at this right now. Team Queso. Axel getting busted out by Team Yala. Anas with some really good shots. Looks like a Senor Ayala right here is going to go ahead and pick up his teammate, try to get him back up and back in the fight.
Yeah, was able to get that spray down with that barrel, but they do have the cover, and there goes the revive. Yala, hey, that's another one of my picks, but not for this game. It's going to be for the last game here. This is a team. I like how they're aggressive. I really appreciate how they are aggressive. Almost every single game, they get into a conflict, they insta-push it. Now, does it always work? Well, you know, the scoreboard kind of, you know, can tell you it doesn't. But they got heart. They got the aggression. I think it comes down to communication and pushing together, and that's going to be the complete package for me when we look at the team of Yala.
Totally can agree with you on that point. You know, and you see Team Yala, I think that they have a struggle with just deciding, like you said, just to full send it. Sometimes they just don't know what to do, or they just try to go full on in. But we're looking at the kill feed right now, and we see Cloud9 getting into Dream Eaters. We saw a member of Team Umbra get a knock as well. So yeah, it looks like these teams are finally starting to rotate into each other.
Yeah, look at that. Verset will be confirmed. Gonzo from Konina Powers also confirmed. So a lot of these teams losing a member real early on the rotate. Meanwhile, we're going to be checking in with Loops, Dadin with the pan, trying to creep their way on up on top of Yala, trying to get close, but needs to be cautious not to be spotted.
And I just got to say this right off the bat. You realize how fast Loops looted boot camp right there to get to the spot? We're still in zone number 1. 5 minutes is usually when the first circle, that's about a time that these squads have in the zone. And I mean, they dropped boot camp, looted it quick, and shifted to their next spot instantly. Love to see that coming out of Loops.
Bro, if Loops were a fast food chain, they'd be the fastest one out here. They would be the top rated one. In and out, just like that. You got your food, you got your order, you are satisfied. And yeah, Loops are going to be on the hunt. They are going to be pushing Yala Esports ever so slightly, you know, 1 inch at a time.
Oh, yeah, you can definitely start seeing that adjustment come out. And this is the struggle, I think, when it comes to Yala. They're just so separate. You know, you said it earlier when they just need to push together as a team. We see Loops, how effective they are at being able to do that. I think a great moment was yesterday at the end, last match. You know, we saw Pittsburgh Knights go against Loops. Loops stuck together as a squad. And even though they looked like they were completely down and out, were able to make it. PK really spread out, not able to pick their teammates back up. So I think it goes to show you how effective, you know, just playing together as a team is.
Dream work makes teamwork. I know it's a catchphrase out there, but it's a true one. It's a true one.
It's the teamwork. That's what I'm talking about.
Dreams come true out here on Sandhawk, that's for sure. Nas going to be cooking his grenade, trying to toss that on top of Marco. Going to be chunking down Marco a little bit, and here comes the push from Nas. Now, we do have a couple members from Yala Esports in the general area, so they will have the support. Marco is going to be hitting the dirt right there, hitting the ground, looking to possibly heal on up. Going to be snaking it right on the outside of the doorway. The pre-fire from Yala. They spot him out. Marco going for that pre-fire with that AKM. The bullets start ringing on out. Here comes a push from one of the members, Anas, and the barrel able to connect onto Marco.
And that's even so, that's a pretty risky push, I think, from Team Yala. But I guess, you know, he probably had some really good information to understand that there was only one member from Team Queso there, and they just flushed him out really quick.
1v4, man. 1v4. Come on. You gotta go for that. If you don't go for a 1v4, then what are you doing? What are you really doing?
That's true. That's true. And yeah, good to see that come out of Yala. I love to see a little bit more aggression from them. I still want to see them play patient, play together as a team. And if they're able to do that right here, I think that they can have some really big performances, especially if they're trying to make it into globals.
Another team that they like to kind of, you know, play a little separated here, especially on Sandhawk, which kind of is the downfall to them. SWAT 69, they're all kind of scattered around. Looks like they're trying to scout it out. King going to be moving on right past one of the members from Konina Powers. And here comes the swarm. SWAT 69, they might opt to clear these out and use it for their home for the time being. Will this solo from Konina Powers be spotted?
And I'm surprised that they didn't hear him. You know, Axer stood up and laid down. Just that little animation alone is usually enough for teams to be able to spot it out. But there's so much stuff going on right now. So much information just being collected from each member right here. I'm surprised because, you know, this is a really high level, but at the same time, you never know. You know, just you could miss an audio cue here and there.
You got Sam crawling in the grass. No shoes.
Right next to him.
Slicky's like right next to him, running past. Like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Right here.
Sam's like, be quiet. There's Tixie right in front of me, or maybe not Tixie, but there's definitely someone in front of me. Get down. Don't give away my position. And then you saw Slicky real quick, you know, hit the dirt. Oh man, talk about giving away some audible cues. Tixie though, like we said, Konita Powers all spread apart in all types of directions right here.
Really interested to see this kind of strategy come out from them. And I think that, you know, we saw pretty passive play off the get-go into the Sandhawk match. And that could just be teams just trying to survive as long as they can. Just get more points onto the board. Starting to see some strategies, you know, just adapt right here. But, you know, SWAT 69 doing this 2-2 split. And Axer's just sitting right in the center of it with Umbra on the hill.
Pretty much 5 people right here inside the buildings, all going to be taking some shots. Umbra will be hearing those shots right above the hill, looking for any type of advantage they can see through those windows. We see the kill feed. Spring's going to be getting a knock on to Tixie. Yeah, so Sam, was hunting down Tixie, but it seems like Spring was able to get that one. And only 2 members up for Konita Powers.
Man, I'm not sure exactly what's the strategy right now going into Konita Power, just playing this so split, especially in a map like Sandhawk, because these squads are just playing so tight together and just pushing together as a squad. So if they find one member out, there's just no way he's going to survive, unless, of course, that team throws, you know. But then again, these are the best teams on the planet right here, so you're not going to really see those kind of major mistakes coming out of these squads.
Oh, right there, Rain's got the big boy backpack. You know, you could put all the meds in that bad boy. You can getting ready for a med off here, which we haven't really seen in a while when it comes to Sandhawk. I know Sandhawk towards the end, the late game, medding off became quite the usual story, I guess you could say, when we look back at PMPL Americas, but I haven't seen it here in the West yet.
I think it's a huge strategy that definitely a lot of squads need to utilize a lot more, especially considering that when it comes to around zone 5, if you're at the edge of circle and that zone hardships away from you, and you know there's like 2 or 3 teams over that hill just about to gatekeep you, just might as well pass all the heals over and heal up, because we've seen, especially in Sandhawk, once it gets around that time, I mean, how many teams do we see go out? Like 5, 8 teams in like a span of only like 20, 40 seconds. So that little heal off right there can be some major points added to your team.
Major points, especially late game. You know, so many points could be had out here. Carnage with the M4 is going to be opening up some shots onto Rain, and HH24 will be spotting out Sixless. So it looks like both the Knights and Tempo going to be taking some pot shots back and forth at one another right here.
Yeah, and speaking of, like, just to kind of harp on the points, you know, heck, 1 point could be enough. We saw what happened, right? When it comes to teams trying to come into this Super Weekend, there was a 3-way tie between squads. 1 extra kill could have guaranteed a team to be able to make it into here. So every single point matters. And even if you're at the top or at the bottom, because how you know that 1 kill could separate you from first and second place. And that's a ton of money lost right there if you get if you fall to that, you know, small of a score.
So much money on the line, and I would hate for it to come down to 1 point. So yeah, every single point definitely matters. We saw right there a moment ago, Sixless on that VSS. You love to see it. Looks like Pedro OG was spotting out the feet of Faker. Took a couple shots on Faker, forcing Faker to reposition, and here comes some grenades right now. Mixer on the top of that rock is going to be spotted. They try to work their way on into cover. Going to be knocked, and now here comes the grenades to try to get the thirst, try to get the confirms. This 1 grenade could take out Max, and currently going for the revive, and it's going to, the smoke. Wow, that even faked me out. Oh no, okay. Grenade. Okay, so B4 tossing the smokes. Okay, it makes sense. I'm getting too excited out here.
Oh man, it looked like it almost had it right there. Okay, cooked it a little bit too long. Alpha Legends just need to kind of calm down right here. Get this nade off, because it could be absolutely huge. They get the molly off, but it's a little too far out. And you can see B4 regrouping really quick.
Yeah, Kato from Alpha is going to be already in the lobby. So Alpha, they have 3, and that's why we saw them. They got the knock, and they immediately started to make that push, at least to have that 3v3 option, that potential. But all those smokes from B4 Very clean, very cleanly executed. It allowed them to pull back Levi in that Ronnie. So they're looking to reposition off this one, not take this engagement.
Look how fast that turned around right there. You know, you saw Alpha Legends just missing some grenades. And I think if you look at a team like Loops, those guys, man, they are just so, they're probably some of the best I've ever seen at throwing grenades. I mean, just so effective. And you can see right there, Alpha Legends, a little hesitant, making those mistakes. And just from that alone, you allowed B4 to get up, get away completely. That could have been 4 points and a whole lot of loot. Now, since you're not able to just hit that one grenade, that tiny little misplay, you're already down 2 players. Down 2 players from getting the third party from Nova Esports, and now you're just separated and trying to get as many points on the board for your team. So
Super
crazy.
separated, yeah, and we saw how that worked for Konina Powers just moments ago, as now they are down to just a solo. Rob, the last remaining member alive for the squad. Looks like Carnage trying to do some scouting out here, trying to backstab Alpha Legends. Was spotted in the process. Now, this is going to be on the southern end of this zone. Ooh, Carnage, the turnaround. Carnage knocked right there. So far away from the squad mates. Sixless with that VSS might be able to provide the cover, and Old Man making sure to get that 1 point.
Well, 2 things. Well, number one was like, you know, you saw that crazy angle right there, just shooting under the building, catching Carnage right in the leg. One I'm really surprised, though, is what was Carnage, like, how did that happen? You know, like, why is Carnage so separated from the rest of his squad right there? I wonder exactly how that ended up happening.
When keeping it real goes wrong, all right? That's what happened. Carrillo, gonna be knocked, gonna be bleeding on out from the side of Loops. Kowalski cooking some grenades, and
look at
another disengage. Yeah, another disengage. I'm very surprised.
I don't know if I am surprised, to be honest, right here. And I wonder
if Loops.
That could be it. Exactly right. You know, I just wonder, like, if that knock, we saw Loops. We are out of here. We'll live to fight another day right here. That just goes to show how, you know, great performances come into play.
Here comes a push. SWAT 69 on the defend right now. Problem's going to be bleeding on out already. King is going to be spotted in that little shack. Is going to be opting to heal on up. And a nice grenade from Tensa will be connecting on to King, leaving just 2 up for SWAT 69. And HH with that off angle. Don't count him down and out. Grenade coming on out. Tempo wiping out. Wiping out right there. SWAT 69.
That was just beautiful. I mean, that was just beautiful from Tempo Storm. It just looked, I mean, that was just, that execution right there, just picking apart SWAT 69 one by one, piece by piece. Timber, just like that, they fell and are down and out. Speaking of fell, look at this. 2 members of Team Umbra on their knees talking to each other, say, hey, what happened to you, man? Oh, I got shot. What happened to you? I got shot too. Oh, that sucks. Oh, but here's a teammate.
Here comes Prolord. Right in time. Right in time.
So clutch.
Wow. Talk about the clutch factor over here. Prez kind of separated from the squad mates out here, trying to get those resets, get those revives, and looks like they might be able to do that.
And you saw, like, it's these little tiny little plays that I think make all the difference when it comes to being successful, especially on a map like Sandhawk against all of these teams right here. Dream Eaters getting pushed up against the blue zone right now. Gate kept really hard. Tofu's doing a quick rotate right now, trying to get an off angle right now, but he's going to have a tough time.
We saw him disengage off of Loops. Unfortunate for them. They only got 2 up and they ran right on into Yala. They're going to be connecting. Ooh, Toffee's with that Vector onto Lord right there. Now both teams going to be in the blue. Looks like Yala in a better position on this one. Miku is going to be running on around. Both members from Dream Eaters with that Vector. Let's see how this close range combat. Oh, the grenade! The grenade from Zero. Only 1 up.
And he's stuck in the blue zone. Yeah, Miku's stuck in the blue zone as well, so that's going to tick even harder right here. I don't even know if they're going to be able to get this pickup because look at the clock. 19 seconds left, and this one's going to start stinging a lot more, especially as it centers out. They have a long way to go right now, so I'm not really sure what Dream Eaters has to do here to be able to get more points on the board for them.
Yeah, you can only assume that blue zone is going to just chunk them down too low out there trying to get their revive. And Yala, they are not going to give up these 2 additional points that they need desperately. They need desperately. Looking on over here, HZL from Nova by themselves.
Yeah, just kind of just snaking away. Nothing else you can really do, especially considering that, you know, you got so many of these insane squads up right now, and you're completely separated from your team. Look at those shots! Yeah, right above his own head. Whew. Yeah,
B4 taking some shots, trying to get that 1 additional point. Then you got 2 members. You got Raven and Sixless in the blue right behind them. HZL trying to stake their claim. Going to be taking some shots from the blue. onto the night. It's going to be forcing them to continue to heal on up and just spend so much time out here.
And the clock is on for HCL. He has no more first aid kits left, so he only had 5 bandages. He's about to use them up all right now. He has some good boosts on him, but this circle is going to start hitting really hard, so he's got to make a play.
Offies, the last one. The last one. Up, alive, 4 Dream Eaters. Trying to make their push, trying to get within this next zone. Zero and Anas from Yala still going to be gatekeeping them.
And I wonder exactly what is going through his mind right here. Oh, Anas has, he sees him right there. The QBU 4X coming out to play. And Anas, he wants this kill. He wants this point really bad. Look at that ego challenge. Great shots.
The ego challenge 2020. Looking on over here. Wild card. We see Spring. We see Sam. They got the full squad up. As I say, that Spring popping out from that rock. Going to be instantly connected on by Carrillo. Grenades starting to ring on out.
This is the rematch. This is the rematch from game number 5 yesterday. You know Wildcard wants this one back. They want that revenge right here. And Carrillo getting that knock is going to be so huge to this push. The zone does shift onto their side. So they're on the thin side. The zone's going to close a little bit slower from there. So they can have a lot more time.
Sam.
But not much anymore as Dadden with a huge grenade onto Sam.
Here comes Slicky trying to toss these defensive grenades to anticipate the push from Loops. And yep, they are anticipating right because 4 members from Loops, they are hungry right now. Jason mentioned it's going to be bloody. Three, three-pointer. Slicky. Oh my goodness. Acer able to connect onto Kowalski with 2 of those members. And now it's up to Dadden, the last remaining member for Loops, on full-blown retreat mode right now. How the tables have turned, Jukes.
1 grenade to rule them all right there. I mean, as a matter of fact, it was 2. But look at that. Acer spotting out Dadden on the hunt. Wildcard getting their revenge after a crazy game yesterday right there. Great plays coming out from Wildcard.
1 nade, well, 2 nades, like you said. 2 nades, turning around that fight instantly. 2 seconds. That was that. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Loops, their aggression, you know, them playing together has worked for them so well. But we've also seen that play get completely turned around from 1 grenade. It reminds me of that Team Queso fight that we saw before with 1 nade wiping out their entire team. But look at this, here we go. Zone's about to close. It's getting hectic right now.
Zone's about to close. Grenade bouncing right past Tenta. Here comes the blue zone. That's probably gonna finish them off right there. Maxon from B4 will be tossing some grenades of their own. You got Prolord. Prolord's in the mix as well. Halls right now currently in the grass, snaking it out. Maxon gonna be spotting out. Halls gonna be taking down Halls, and the third party from Footballist. Everybody's dead. And here comes the Mollies right now.
The zone. I mean, how many teams have gone out in just a few short seconds here? Now it's Wildcard and Team Queso having to go at it, and this is going to be, they need to get this fight finished really quick so they can get into this next circle and start holding this position.
Oh no! Oh my goodness! Slicky with the quick flick! The quick flick! Able to save the day, taking out Team Queso and going right back to that revive.
Here they go, Wildcard on a rampage right now with 8 kills. They did lose some members right there due to some insane fights right now, but they need to get up, get healed up, and back into the fight as they got a full squad of Cloud9, Team Unique, and Footballist to deal with.
Yeah, so we've been seeing Cloud9 pop off in the kill feed. They still got 4 up. Footballist, they got 4 up. Umbra, 4 up as well. And then we got, you know, of course, Wildcard with that duo. And here comes the push. Footballist going to be tossing out a bunch of smokes. Rob, the solo member for Konina Powers, trying to make sure to get some more points on the board. We'll be doing that, and then immediately getting taken out by Mr. Blue Zone.
Rob Deity taken out just like that, man. This blue zone, it hurts right now. Zone 6 right here. You don't want to be in this blue zone for 1 second, and then you can just see Team Unique Memphis getting taken out to it as a matter of fact. And you can see as this circle comes in, Cloud9, they're holding a really good position right here. Wildcard has the hill right now. This next circle is going to decide majorly who's going to be favored to win this one.
Yeah, and even if Wildcard get taken out here, 9 kills, I mean, they are going to be feeling good. They're going to be feeling good, especially after taking out that push from Loops. I mean, my goodness. But here comes the blue zone. Going to start pushing on in. Going to be popping that corner, going to be getting a knock onto Uneven. Footballist Solke going to be connecting, getting the finish onto Lightning, and Slicky connecting another one onto one of the members from Cloud9. It's falling apart right now.
This could be huge right now. Wildcard has the circle right now and the hill as well as some cover right now. So for Cloud9, Footballless, they have to push out wide in the open. And this is Sandhawk. There's not a lot of smokes available on this map in general. So we're seeing every single one, I'm assuming that these squads have thrown out right now as they're trying to have to do this crazy rotate inside.
Yeah, it seems like Cloud9 have the most difficult push right now. Not only, talk about being difficult. Yep, Lut's gonna be tossing a grenade right on top of Beowulf's face right there, and that's gonna open this one up for Footballless. We see them tossing some smokes. We see them making the push. Their first objective, take out Cloud9, and not only that, try to get the dub here.
And it's not gonna be easy, especially considering that they have no cover right now. The only thing they have to rely on is some big shots and a grenade.